So you think in the next 5 years, basically machine-to-machine transactions will increase the volume of human transaction?
Totally.
Wow. Because again, if you as you mentioned, those are usually tiny bit of transactions, not like
Right.
humans. We usually transact in a huge volumes, but machines
Right.
do in a tiny bit. And as you said, like Stripe Link now has 250 million users, and as you said, it's extending to AI agents.
Consumers
Yes,
on LinkedIn.
exactly. What do you think? What could be the risk of AI agents using
Right.
Link incorrectly, in your opinion?
Right. So definitely, look, I would say that, again, I always try to look back because the same trends happen again.
Okay.
And so anytime you develop a new payment technology,
All right.
fraud is a problem. We've seen this with as new payment methods have been created around the world. You see this as new schemes get created around the
Yeah,
world.
okay.
So whether it's fraud, and now imagine like you're making the money movement happen at scale. You're making money movement happen fast and instantly, and then you put stablecoins and AI together. Obviously, the avenue for fraud is increasing. And so we have to account for that, and so we have to build for that.
Okay.
I think this is also where the opportunity comes from. Like value does not accrue in the rails. Value accrues in the ecosystem and the products that are built around it. In the Link AI wallet, the human is still in control.
All right.
You can set spending limits. You can set controls around where the money is spent. And we also develop what we call a shared payment token. When you do these transactions, the radar, radar is Stripe's fraud fighting
Yes.
tool.
Yes.
Those signals are still provided on the
Right.
transactions.
Right. And I also know that you have one-time use cards. It's also one
Exactly.
of the safety nets. But the
Totally.
thing is, those types of products have not been tested at scale just yet, right? And
Totally.
everyone is asking about trust and security and how we can prevent fraud in terms of AI. And what's your approach, guys? Is it like the limits only, or do you still keep human in the loop, which you just mentioned?
Yes, great question. So the first thing I would say is you have to build with security and safety and trust in mind from day one,
Okay.
right? Because I think in the payments ecosystem, we take our responsibility also very seriously.
All right.
We have to be guardians of the financial ecosystem. And I think the important thing is that the answer is all of the above. So right from the start, Stripe starting to provide signals on what's the probability that a transaction is fraudulent.
Okay.
So even before the transaction goes through, you can see is this a consumer that's known to be fraudulent or not.
Right.
So you can start there.
Right.
You can start with account fraud. Then you can go, okay, the transaction happened. What are the chances that this transaction is fraudulent? And again, what you're relying on is the trillions of data points that Stripe has to be able to give you with certainty whether this is a fraudulent transaction
Right.
or fraudulent account or not. So I
Right.
think that's table state. Then you can also, based on all of these signals, I think it's also important to see what kind of friction you want to add in the system. And that friction could be, KYC.
Okay.
That friction could be, as I mentioned, a human in the loop approving a transaction.
Yeah.
So I actually showed this on stage in the morning, but imagine if you are using an agent to pay an invoice. You should confirm
Exactly.
before the invoice is actually paid.
Exactly.
And so building these systems with trust and safety in mind is really important. And I would say it's no different than how payment systems have been built in the past.
Right.
But now, to your point, we just have to do it at a greater scale.